Hey, everybody. Good morning. This is Emily with FranNet, and I'm here with Gail Longmore. Hi, Gail.
Hi, Emily.
How are you?
I'm good. It's a nice sunny day here in Dallas. It's all good.
Oh, nice. Okay, so it's like late morning for you. It's 8:30 over here. So it's what, 10:30 in Dallas?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, maybe you've had a little bit more coffee than I've had so far today.
Oh.
Gail, thanks for taking the time to share this opportunity with us. And there's a couple of unique things about this particular franchise business that stood out to me. And this is this is a ground floor opportunity. Gail, the most recent information I had said that there were six franchise locations open. So I hope you'll tell us if that is still accurate or if there's more. I like the recurring revenue model. One thing that really
Mhm.
stood out to me is this is a huge, obviously a huge industry in health and beauty and wellness. And there are some service offerings available in this specific business. I was pleasantly surprised to see, and I could see how this would really differentiate this from the competitors, essentially. And Gail, so I like to do a little research on the brands that we feature in these presentations. And one of my favorite things to do is to read some of the notes we at FranNet took while we were speaking with the franchise owners to see if this would be a good fit for
Mhm.
FranNet. And here's what I came across is that there is some new ownership and the current franchisees are very, very happy under this new ownership. One person even said, gosh, if I had started this business under the current ownership, I would have broken even so much faster. So there's a lot of
Mhm.
positivity. And the consistent
Mhm.
message that a lot of franchisees were saying is, hey, this business is very community focused. It's about having a great team and making a personal connection with your clients, as there is a lot of loyalty in this industry. And so I can definitely see the significance of making that personal connection. So Gail, that's enough out of me. I'm going to turn it over to you and tell us about med spa.
Yes. So to start off, we do have six existing spas. We did acquire this business a year ago. And you're correct, under our tutelage and guidance, the existing spa owners have across the board seen an increase of about 20%, which is really nice. It also means when candidates are working with me, they're going to see an FBB that's very robust because our item 19 shows the sales of these existing spas over the past year. As well, as you said, the validation is great. They love us. They're really seeing that we bring a lot to the table, particularly in the medical spa industry. So this is a medical practice. You get all the cachet that comes with that, but you don't have to go to medical school to be a franchisee with us. It is a medical directed spa, which means everything that we do is actually non-invasive, but we will assist with recruiting a medical director. Everything flows through their offices and then back into the franchisee to meet all the licensing criteria. But their role is really not involved in the day-to-day operations. As a medically directed operation, they would review on average about 20 to 30% of the files, just to ensure that everything is, the procedures are being handled correctly. Our byline is be your own kind of remarkable. So this is a business that it's a feel-good business. We help people feel really good about themselves. We help build their self-esteem. Our target demographic is 26 to 45-year-olds. And the reason for that is that they are maintaining their youth with our services. We're making them feel really good about themselves, presenting themselves in the best light professionally, and helping retain that youth over a period of time. Excuse me. And then we really want to be the global industry that delivers with passion this best-in-class aesthetic, non-invasive services. When someone 26-year-old wants to come in and get fillers or Botox, they don't want to go into a plastic surgeon's office. They don't want to have to go into a doctor's or medical, a hospital. They want to come into an environment that they feel is more of a spa. So if you sort of think of elevating that whole experience, we've created a spa-like atmosphere that just gives them a white glove service. When people come into the front of our spas, there isn't a waiting room. Our target being 26 to 45-year-olds, they typically come from households with higher disposable income, they're professionals, higher education. So if you think about where they're shopping, it's usually, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Williams and Sonoma, Pier 1. We want to be in that traffic pattern. So typically you'll find our spas in grocery store, higher end grocery store anchors in strip centers. So those big showcase windows, no one wants to sit in a waiting room in front of those and have people wonder what service they're having done. So what we've done is create the front of the house before they check in is all product. And our vendors train our staff on how to educate the guests about using our product effectively. When we do check them in, we bring them into an interior waiting room where there's a big flat screen TV. It is a marketing strategy, but while they're sitting there, we'll offer them coconut water, make sure they're comfortable. They're watching a stream of all of our services and all of the before and after. So it's really interesting. Some of these services that we do, the dramatic before and after pictures are really astounding. Things like chemical peels, where we're able, if someone has really bad acne scarring or high pigmentation, we can reverse that. It's probably the most invasive thing that we do because it does take 3 or 4 days to recover from it, but we can completely reverse this. So again, really building self-esteem. And this is where our medical director, if for some reason something were to happen, and this would be, it's very, very rare, but say on a chemical peel there was a burn, they would take a photograph of that, send it to the medical director, and then they would give them guidance on whether it would be a cold compress or if they actually had to write a prescription for a salve. But again, very, very unusual, but that's their purpose of being there. So as a medical director, they're not taking a huge portion of the monies that are coming in, but we're meeting that criteria of licensing that we need. And again, our team will assist with recruiting those folks as well as recruiting the employees in the back of the house. So we're providing our clients best-in-class medical services, an environment that really focuses on their safety and care, and also that spa white glove treatment that they're looking for. The business itself is incredible. What we have discovered is that the medical spa industry revenues have grown by more than 20% per year since 2013. Also, the medical aesthetics market is expected to be worth $27 billion by 2023. So this segment of the health and beauty industry is huge, and it's growing in leaps and bounds. To really put that number in perspective, the medical aesthetics market right now is $19 billion. So in 3 years, they're anticipating another $8 billion, in growth, which is again very dramatic. It is a highly fragmented market. You'll see if you drive around, there are a lot of medical spas. Typically, they are associated with doctors' offices. And the reason for that is that they're wanting to add on to their businesses because the health insurance programs are kind of squeezing out their profitability. But it's very fragmented. In the franchise industry, there's 3 of us that are national. Ideal Image is one. Beverly Hills is another. Ideal Image is more fragmented. They do massages and other facials. Beverly Hills is very similar to us as far as their offerings, but they also do some more invasive things like hair growth, and they do some scalpel treatments as well. So our services are non-invasive. We do body contouring, which is cool sculpting. Our injectables are fillers and Botox. We do clinical facials, laser hair removal, and the laser that's used for hair removal is referred to as 810, so that's where that number came from in our name. We do
Thank
IPL.
you. I was wondering that. I was like, is it 810? Is it 810? Okay, so that
Yeah, it's
explains it.
810.
Thank you.
We also do what is referred to as IPLs or photofacials. photofacials are really interesting. It's an LED mask that actually rejuvenates collagen. And so for someone my age, I'm older, it would not remove wrinkles, but it really softens it, makes you look refreshed. I would take a series of 3 or 4 of these and then come back on an annual basis to maintain that. For these younger people, the 26 to 45-year-olds, they're using photofacials to retain their youth. So they would come in once a year. So you can imagine with injectables and fillers and IPLs, these folks are coming to us on an ongoing basis. So this is a model that is a membership model as well, particularly for the injectables and the fillers. I mentioned the chemical peels earlier, which again, the dramatic before and after pictures are just astounding. All of our vendors train our staff on how to use the equipment. So we'll assist with recruiting these employees in the back of the house. They are typically RNs, PAs, estheticians, folks that have gone to school for an extended period of time because of their career. And if you think about what we're doing, this is a feel-good business. These employees that you're recruiting in the back of the house, these are people that typically are in this profession because they have the heart of a servant. They really enjoy helping people feel better about themselves. So unlike some industries, like I've been involved in the hair industry, for example, in the back of the house, there's a lot of turnover because those stylists and massage therapists, again, they do get licensed, but they're minimum hourly rated employees. So a lot of the operating capital is actually spent on recruiting and training. These employees, because they chose this profession, if they're in an environment that they feel that they're being acknowledged for their work, that they're in an environment that they feel safe and comfortable, they will do a great job and they'll stay with our franchisees. So that just takes away that whole front door being revolving all the time. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
The next slide talks about our customers, how much they love our services, and it really comes from our training and operations folks. So this increase that we've seen in the spas across the country, so we have 5 in the United States, 3 in the Scottsdale, Phoenix area in Arizona, 1 in Louisville, Kentucky, and 1 in Buckhead, Georgia. The 6th is actually in the UK. So these spas that we've been working with that have seen this 20% increase across the board, it's because of the training and support. We've helped them do things like clean up their landing pages on their websites, worked with their staff to really educate them on selling that product in the front of the house, how to use the equipment effectively, and how to really create that ambiance of a spa so that our guests really enjoy that whole experience when they're with us. We did buy this business out of bankruptcy. It was called Spa 810. It was a situation where, unfortunately, the fellow that was developing it was a great salesperson, but he didn't bring a lot of experience and support to the system. So we bought it a year ago. Our Chief Development Officer, Greg Long, who is a great development person, and our VP of Operations, Maria Scheinebauer, have worked with these folks again, to really streamline their services, make the business much more profitable, and increase their sales by helping them execute their marketing strategies. This is our team, just so you can put a face to a name. Greg Long is our Chief Development Officer and President. He'll work very closely with the real estate team and our candidates or franchisees to secure the real estate. Fran Acunzo, if you go to our website, you'll see Fran's experience. And this is what we really bring to the table that elevates this model. Fran is the guru of the med spa industry. He would tell you that he's been involved in it for 25 years. It's actually more like 30. He just doesn't want people to know how old he is. But he brings to the table a very strong real estate team and a marketing team with experience in the medical spa industry. So again, that's what elevates this model to be completely different. Those 2 young ladies on either side of Fran are our franchisees that they own 2 spas in Scottsdale, Arizona. That's Maria Scheinebauer, our VP of Operations and Training in the blue, and then I'm on the right-hand side. This team brings a lot of experience to the table and a lot of recognition for the work that we do. We're really vested in ensuring that we're providing our franchisees the support that they need to really get the real estate in place, develop their spas, and then ongoing training, operational business coaching, and executing the marketing. So Akara Partners and Reach Beyond Marketing, these are the two teams that are our real estate team and our marketing team that Fran brings to the table. We are members of AmSpa, which is the regulatory board for the medical spa industry, and that's important because, again, we can help the franchisees in each state ensure that they're meeting the criteria for licensing and permitting and the type of employees that they need. Greg Long, again, like myself, has been in development for a long time. He's been involved in really successful opportunities like Zoop and Mr. Handyman. He developed the Roosters concept with another gentleman. He's been involved with Martinizing for a number of years. Martinizing 6 years ago was doing conversions. They were converting existing dry cleaners to be Martinizing, and one of them was 1-800 Dry Clean. Maria Schinnebacher, our VP of Operations, was a franchisee, which is great because she's seen both sides of this. Greg was so impressed with her operational and training skills. 5 years ago, he brought her into Martinizing as the VP of Operations and Training. So they now are both, since 2 years ago now, have been very vested of working with all of the MedSpa 810 franchisees and doing a brilliant job. Again, my experience has been with Pride staff, Nothing But Cakes, Sport Clips, Senior Helpers, Fantastic Sam's, to mention a few. Again, we've all won accolades for the development that we do. We really want to ensure that our franchisees are well educated about the opportunity. I love working with FranNet because we really work together to ensure that that education is of such breadth that they really do understand it before they even come to meet us for a Meet the Team Day. The next slide is about Maria and her team. So we do offer world-class training. It's 3 weeks. The first week is in our corporate offices in Brantford, Connecticut, where we have our training center. That's where our executive team, our real estate team, and our marketing team are housed. That first week is really a lot about paperwork, how we recruit the staff, how we make this spas the most profitable, pay scales, things like that. The second week is in one of our spas in Scottsdale, Arizona, so they get some hands-on training. And then the third week is in their spa. So Maria and one of the other training members will come in and spend a whole week with the franchisees to ensure that that opening is a smooth transition and really giving them the support that they need to be able to open it and continue to operate it. And then again, ongoing, the operations coaching team, business coaching team works very closely with the franchisees to execute their marketing strategies. This is our marketing team. So this bank building, our offices are in Brantford, Connecticut. Have you ever been to Hartford, Emily?
No, not yet, because I would love to.
So Brantford and Hartford are where Yale University is. So it's got a real college feel. Brantford is a very small town. The downtown is like 2 blocks. Our building was an old bank building that's been converted to be the MedSpa 810 corporate offices. Again, Fran and his group have extensive experience in the aesthetic industry. And this marketing team, when you come into the building, it's really kind of neat. When we invite the franchisees for their Meet the Team Day, we'll come in the front of the building, you take 2 steps down, and then the marketing team is all there. We'll do a tour of that department. There's usually 12 to 14 people every time I've been in there that are working on different strategies. So we'll tour that so the franchisees can see what that opportunity is going to look like working with these folks. And they work with the spa owners one-on-one. So they create a strategy that works within their local market. Then we'll go upstairs where our corporate offices are. The executive team is there. We'll do a tour of that. We'll go into the training center, and each one of the department heads will come in and do a very detailed presentation on the support that they're going to receive from us. But this marketing team is just phenomenal. One of the things this slide's talking about is real estate, and this is the best real estate team that I have ever seen. They will do the market assessment. They will look at demographics and traffic patterns and heat maps. They'll help the franchisees, the spa owners, create the financial model. They'll create that business plan with them. And because this is a medically directed operation, very similar to a dentist's office or a medical office, there is a medical spa SBA loan. So we'll assist them with securing the financing. We do the site selection with them very closely with a local broker. So what we're looking for is visibility of signage, access and egress into the shopping center, availability of parking, what those traffic patterns look like, what that mix of retail is like. When we do the site package and lease negotiations and we have something that the MedSpa 810 owner is really excited about, we'll present that to the executive team and we'll review it on paper. When we approve it, then either Greg Long or Maria Shinabarger will fly out and they will walk the site with the franchisee just to make sure that we, crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's. Then what we'll do is identify a local architect. We have the plans laid out, and the locations are typically 1,800 to 2,000 square feet. So that local architect is just working with the parameters of what we do, in fact, engage on that lease. And then working with that local architect will oversee the management of the build-out. So typically, the candidates are going to be spending about 30 to 45 days with me going through an education process to really understand the model and the type of employees they're going to have and what their daily activities look like. We'll invite them for the Meet the Team Day. At that point, they would have spoken to the MedSpa 810 owners and really understood, before they come to meet with this, what this really looks like as return on investment and what those activities look like. And then when they leave us, we'll ask them to go home, discuss it with family and friends, pray on it, make that decision this is right for them. But we're usually looking for an answer within 2 to 3 days of that meeting. When they do sign on, they start to work with the real estate team. That's usually a 90-day process. The landlords always come in high. We're going to come in low. We're going to negotiate every aspect of it. And typically what we see is it does take 90 days to get that in place. When we do have the lease, it's 6 months to do the build out. So that turnkey aspect of our model is what really heightens it. That level of training with the MedSpa 810 franchisees and their employees through our vendors and also through our training team just elevates the whole experience for our guests. But our MedSpa development and real estate team are really helping to keep the project on time and on budget. And that's it. Did you have any questions, Emily, that I could answer for you?
Oh, thanks, Gail. No, that was so thorough, and I love just the step-by-step and thorough support that is provided. And it's always nice. I love the picture of the leadership. So thank you for that personal touch. And for anyone who's listening, and if you would like to learn more about MedSpa 810, if you haven't already, the next step would be to take your personal franchise assessment. This is a proprietary survey. It's proprietary to FranNet, and it will provide really significant insights into how your personality and values best align to business ownership. And if you have already taken it, or frankly, if you just want to have a conversation with someone at FranNet first, contact your local FranNet consultant. And if you don't know who that is, I've provided my personal contact information. So just reach out to me, let me know where you're located, and I will arrange a personal introduction, as there is significant advantages to working with someone in your local market. So Gail, again, thank you so much. And I'm really excited about this concept. And for those of you listening in, stay well, be well, and I wish you the best on your entrepreneurial journey. Thanks again, Gail.
You're welcome, Emily. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
All right. Have a good day. Bye.
Bye.